Hey everyone, Caitlin here. Thanks for watching another episode of Baldwin Breakdowns, where we're looking at big concepts, big ideas, and lots of big feelings. And this week the topic is self-compassion. So just to get right into it, self-compassion is something that actually a lot of people have asked about kind of routinely since I've started like anything on social media about a year ago now. And really, the best way to think about it is that it's that extension of the compassion that you would give to someone else who is going through a hard time towards yourself. So, if a loved one or a friend was going through something difficult and you were compassionate towards them, it's really just that same transfer of compassion, but you're going to direct it towards yourself. So, going through today, I'm going to talk about the three different elements of self compassion as kind of created or understood by Dr. Kristen Neff, who is kind of like the God within the field of self compassion. And I've listed her credentials at the or her website at the end of this video. But so the three elements that self-compassion is made up of is self-kindness, mindfulness, and common humanity. So I'm going to go through each of those. So self-kindness is the opposite of self-judgment. And what this means is that when we fail, when we struggle, when we make a mistake, when we're feeling things that are difficult, whenever we're experiencing any type of distress, usually our kind of go-to impulse response is to judge ourselves and to criticize ourselves and be extremely hard on ourselves. And self-kindness is the opposite of that, which is why it's such a crucial component of self-compassion. So it's really just being kind and understanding. And in the same way that, if I use this example image because if I fall. I'm a very clumsy person. I used to always be like, oh my God, what? So stupid. How did I fall? I'm so clumsy, blah, blah, blah. And I'd get so mad at myself and just judge myself over and over. But if I was walking down the street and I saw someone fall, I'd be like, oh my God, are you okay? And I would rush over to pick them up. So it's extending that level of kindness rather than judgment. The second piece of self-compassion is common humanity. And what this means, or what this is the opposite of, is isolation. So sometimes when we do things like when we fail, when we mess up, when we make mistakes, when we're feeling difficult things or experiencing difficult things, we can get into a very isolated mindset. And we can believe that, especially coming from that critical voice, we can believe that we are completely alone in this experience of messing up, that it's only us that messes up, everyone else is doing great. And I think this is something that I hear so commonly from people when they'll say, everyone else kind of has it together. No one else is struggling as much as I am, right? So people may say that in school. They might think that, oh my God, everyone's doing great and I'm just here struggling, to understand the material. Or at work, you might say, oh my God, yeah, everyone seems to be handling these hours perfectly fine, they're unfazed, and I'm exhausted and struggling. Or parenting, or any number of things, there can kind of be this isolation mindset. And so the second element, or why this is the second element of self-compassion, is because it's understanding that mistakes, falls, fails, issues, distress, it is part of our common shared experience as humans, rather than this kind of segregating, isolating experience. And then the last component of it is mindfulness versus what they call over-identification. So mindfulness is a much bigger concept, and one that I'm actually surprised I haven't talked about in a breakdown yet. But mindfulness is really the ability to be aware and be non-judgmental. So it's kind of this curious stance that we'll take towards things. And so if we are mindful about our experiences, if we're mindful about, this event of failure or a mistake or whatever it is, then we have this kind of open curiosity towards it. And the big piece of it is that we have to be aware of what's going on for us to be compassionate towards it. So if we are, one thing I hear really often is, people are very, very stressed. They push it away. They say, no, I'm not stressed. I'm going to ignore that. I'm just going to put my head down and work. That doesn't allow us to be self-compassionate towards that stress because we're not acknowledging that it's there. We're not aware of the fact that it's there because we pushed it out. So mindfulness allows us to be aware of what's happening, how we're feeling, any of the thoughts or emotions that are going on for us, and be non-judgmental towards them. So those three elements of the self-kindness, the common humanity, and mindfulness all make up self-compassion. And if you're wanting to learn more, definitely check out this website, selfcompassion.org. Again, it's kind of founded, run, all the resources and research are by Dr. Kristen Neff and her team that focus purely on self-compassion. And there are some really great resources and worksheets and stuff in there as well, including like little mini assessments about self-compassion and things like that. So I'll hope you guys enjoyed this video on self-compassion, and I'll check you all in another episode.